Hello, I'm back. So we are going to do the last video in this series, which has been in my Advent scrappy journal. And you can see me make this and decorate it and do various pages in it related to these prompts from adventword.org. I haven't finished them. I'm probably not going to finish them. This will probably be the last in my series. I've just done a flip through if you would like to see all the other pages. And today I felt prompted to think about this word winnowing. And it's a bit of an old-fashioned word. Winnowing isn't something we literally do in our lives today. Because it's a farming term for separating the wheat from the chaff. I looked it up in my dictionary, so I've got a little dictionary definition here that I have chopped out of my dictionary. This is something I like to do if I'm meditating on a particular biblical word, is to look up a definition. That's always a good thing to do. And of course, also look it up in your Bible as well. And I was quite surprised. There's a lot of winnowing going on in the Bible. I knew the New Testament reference about Jesus with his winnowing fork in his hand. But there's quite a lot of references back into the Old Testament talking about God doing this winnowing. Seems to be an analogy that the Bible likes, and really it's about cleansing. Often it's about people who, when God's people have not been repentant, they have been doing all kinds of things they shouldn't be doing, and God threatens to winnow them, to blow them away. So the process of winnowing is to create a wind that blows over the grain and the chaff that's been harvested, and it blows away the light stuff, which is the chaff, and the good stuff that you want to keep, the grain, is what is left behind. So it's a cleansing process. I loved the fact that I found this page in my scrappy journal, which just looks like this chaff blowing everywhere. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm going on about. Can you see that? These lovely marks that I made through actually using, I think it was like some pine needles or some kind of grass. So there was some kind of natural material involved in creating the marks on this page, which I just felt was really appropriate for this word winnowing. And I thought maybe we could just run outside and found a bit of stick. Maybe we could make some more marks like that using this stick. I can have a go with maybe this pink ink here. Let's just put a little bit of that out. Yeah, so winnowing sounds like a scary thing. John the Baptist says in Matthew 3:12, he says of Jesus, his winnowing fork is in his hand, and he will clear his threshing floor, gathering his wheat into the barn and burning up the chaff with unquenchable fire. It really speaks of the purity of God, that God cannot have anything that is not pure, the pure grain, the useful grain in his presence. And the only way that we get to be pure is in Jesus. So Jesus is really the stumbling block for many, because it's only in Jesus that we withstand this this winnowing, this cleansing process, because Jesus is the only one who was righteous, and if we get to hide in him, we get to be the wheat and not the chaff. So that is one aspect of winnowing, if I can say it right. But I was kind of thinking about it more generally, and I wanted to challenge you to think about the ongoing process of winnowing in your life, particularly as we start a new year together in 2023. I thought, it would be good to think about our lives and what we want to keep and what we want to blow away, or what we want God to blow away. Because I don't think this winnowing process is confined to salvation. I think it is, we're told to work out our salvation with fear and trembling, aren't we? So we have an ongoing working out to do, and not even just about sin, although we should totally be thinking about any habitual sin that we want God to help us with in our lives. That's definitely something to be thinking about at the beginning of the year. We can say no more. We can stand in Jesus's victory and say 2023 is going to be the year where we have victory over those sins in our life. But also just anything really that is unhelpful in our lives. It's really good to intentionally think about what we want to keep in our lives and what just isn't serving us anymore. Perhaps it served us in 2020 or 2019 or whatever, but now in 2023 we need to let go of it. And this has become a big theme for me, really, because I'm struggling with fatigue and have limited energy, so I am having to be very selective of what I want to focus my energies on, because those energies are so limited. So I'm going to write on one side of our page, let's write less. Can I do this with my stick, maybe? So this is on the chaff side of my page. I'm going to use a paintbrush, actually. Let's use a paintbrush. So these are things that we want less of in 2023. And then on this page, these are things that we want more of. And I'm just going to do a little bit of journaling now. Maybe with a Posca pen. What colour should we go for? Maybe pink still. Stay with the pink theme. Just going to shut the door. Lots of beeping in the background. That's my daughter's. They were both given Tamagotchis for for Christmas, and all these things. Do you remember Tamagotchis? These little keyring things with creatures on that you have to keep alive, and they do nothing but beep all day long. So, just shutting the door to cut out some of that background noise. So yes, what do I want less of in 2023? Less hospital appointments, definitely. Feel like most of my life was hospital appointments. And more friendship. I'd really like to ponder more on how I can do friendship with limited energy. So it's not necessarily going to look like what it used to look like for me, and that's something I'd really like to think more about. I think I want less if only. So by that I mean I don't want to get stuck in a mindset of how my life used to be. If only I hadn't done this and hadn't got sick, I could be doing X, Y, and Z. I really want to live life with what I do have, making the most of the resources I do have, rather than, living as things were. So I guess that's acceptance, you might call that. I think there's probably a better word than that, but I can't think of it right now. Less pushing myself, pushing too hard in all sorts of ways, and more listening to my needs, so the needs of my body, and other needs as well. I think less stuff. I'm on a real journey with trying to have less consumerism and stuff in our lives, and more space, and to focus on things that matter rather than things like people and experiences, I guess. So, do you get the idea? I'm making a list, which obviously your list is going to look very different to my list because you're you, but have a chat with God about it. Say, Lord, what do I need to do less of? We often make a list of things we want to do more of, don't we? Without thinking about what we're going to do less of. So I find this kind of process really interesting and useful. To help me think about the incoming year. So if you'd like to have a go at that, I'd love to hear how you got on with it in the comments. And do like this video if you liked it. Do hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Don't accidentally unsubscribe because you've already subscribed. Make sure it does actually say subscribe when you hit it. Yes, I hope you enjoyed this Advent journaling series, and stay in touch, and there'll be more videos, YouTube art journaling videos to come, I'm sure. So God bless for now. I'll see you soon.